Breathing all
Right.
out. Okay, let me stop and start.
Hello and welcome to Curated by KB on River West Radio. I'm your host, Kendall Bell. And here at Curated by KB, we like to introduce you to different creatives and difference makers right here within our own communities. Today, I am here with a founder of a nonprofit organization who is really doing a lot for the community, reaching out and bringing smiles to people's faces. So I'm here with Jessica Cox. Hi, Jessica.
Hi, Kendall. Thanks for having me today.
Yeah, I'm excited. I know we had a brief conversation before about your nonprofit and all that you're doing for the community, and I just really wanted to dig into that.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, of course. What you do is like right along the lines of the people that I enjoy talking to and interviewing. Just people who are really out there doing good for their neighbors.
Thank you.
So, Jessica, my first question for you today, can you tell us all about your nonprofit? What is the name of it and what is your mission?
All right, so the name of my nonprofit is called Spreading Love Community Project. We are located here right in Milwaukee. We've been around we've been a nonprofit for 5 years, but before actually becoming a business, I've always enjoyed doing, work in the community. So what we do is what the title is, we literally spread love in the community. We provide life sustaining services to one of the most vulnerable populations in Milwaukee, which is the homeless and the hurting. And also those who are at risk. We go to the darkest areas and we connect with those who are in need, and we provide them with essential things such as food, water, and hygiene items. We also host different programs, whether it's a food giveaway or we even do different financial literacy classes and just different things to keep, stay involved and connected in the community. So we're not afraid to go to different areas of Milwaukee and really connect with those people one on one and meet them right where they are and provide them with what they need at that moment.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So tell me what made you want to get into this?
So I see the need, and I don't want to be one of those people who just see the needs, but also to address the needs. There's people out here that we see every day, and we might ride past who's hungry or who, need winter gear or need hygiene products. And so again, I don't want to just ride past those people, but I actually want to connect with them and provide them with those things that they need that we may take for granted because we have it every day. Also, I was in that situation where, a helping hand was helpful to me and my family. So it's just my way of getting back and you're giving back and reconnecting as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. So tell me a little bit about yourself as an individual and what you feel defines who you are.
I think the thing that defines who I am is I'm not afraid to, follow the scriptures, which say we are the arms and the feet of God. And one thing about God, he wasn't afraid to connect with whoever, right? Whoever came across him. And so I think that's what I do as well. I'm not afraid to connect with people who are in need. I'm not afraid to go to different parts of Milwaukee and connect with those people, and not just connect by giving, but also connect by, relating to those struggles as well, and sharing my testimony and where I came from and where I am, today. So I think that's the thing that really defined me, just that passion and that love that I have for humans, right?
Yeah.
And also that I have for my community, especially living in Milwaukee. I have a true love for Milwaukee. So to do things in Milwaukee to help, enhance others' quality of life, I think that's very vital.
Yeah, definitely. So tell me a little bit about your involvement in the wider community as a whole, because I know you do a lot of other things as well.
Yes. So as I said, I provide those in need with hygiene products, winter gear, food drives giveaway. We also host job fairs in the community, and it's not just for those who are homeless, but anyone, giving them interview skills and teaching them how to write a good resume and things like that. So we provide not only physical items, but also the education piece as well, which is going to take you a long way. And outside of that, I partner with other programs, other organizations. Also speak at different shelters, connect with different social workers and things like that. So, just really using Milwaukee as a resource and making sure I'm connecting the right people to those resources as well.
Yeah. How is your faith central to what you are doing for the community?
It's very essential because, as I said, we're spreading love community project. And what is love? That can be defined in many, many ways. But to me, God is love, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that is what really drive our mission. Showing that love and that compassion of God and meeting people where they are, and letting them know this isn't the end. Sometimes people think this is as far as I can go, but letting them know that, there is hope. And I do that through religion, through God, like letting them know that there is hope. And, showing them that, you don't have to live like this. There's other resources, there's other connections, as, someone provided for me. And I think that's the thing that really fueled me, as not judging them, not looking down on them, but looking at them, as a person, and helping them to get to the end of that tunnel, where there is brightness and joy and hope.
Yeah. I very deeply respect all that you do. And I would love to continue our conversation after we take a little bit of a music break. This is a song by a friend of mine, someone who I met through the music community. She is just really a great person, a bright spirit. She was actually here a few weeks ago. This is Take Flight by Natalia Faye featuring King Calumet. So let's check this song out.
Full of fake kings, they tried to paint me as a villain, but was too abstract for the vision. Rub your eyes and clean your lenses. Or fish cataclysms, dark days ahead. Now I'm the light, I'm the fire that spreads a pandemic of realism. To wipe away the fan fiction, you lost, we what the game really been missing.
You may wish I would slip up and fall, but I'm gonna rise. One day I'ma have it all. Step at a time, see my dream come to life. If you try to knock me down, you better watch your head while I take flight. Building my
Take Flight by Natalia Faye featuring King Calumet. I believe they just released that song 2 or 3 days ago. So make sure you go stream that for them. We are here today with Jessica Cox, and we have been speaking to her about her nonprofit that reaches out to people in need and provides both practical and spiritual care. So, Jessica, I wanted to ask you about your most recent experience because I know just about a week ago you were in, Minnesota doing some work?
Yes, yes. So, so, as I said, for 5 years I've been in Milwaukee, spreading love locally, and God branched out my business where not only am I assisting those who are in Milwaukee, but I also went to Minnesota and connected with like some organizations and some group homes and shelters there. Also, we do like I call it boots to the ground, where you're going downtown and or wherever and seeing those who are homeless and meeting them directly. So I did that in Minnesota and was able to provide them with, different hygiene bags and winter gear and hot food and things like that. So it was a great experience because, not only was I able to help those who live in Milwaukee, but, this time I was able to branch out and connect with those who were in other states. So, and not only me connecting with them, but also getting their community involved as well. So it was a very, very inspirational trip. I call it a mission. It was a inspirational mission, letting us know that, there's a need everywhere, whether it's locally, even internationally. Like this work, it needs to continue, and it can stretch really far. So
Yeah.
it was very inspirational to me.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I know you told me about an experience that you had where you just kind of felt drawn to a specific building,
Mm-hmm.
and you walked. It was a community center, correct?
Yes. Yes. So there was a community center. Again, this was my first time, branching out. So I didn't really know where I wanted to go. So I just prayed and asked God to lead me to, those who are in need, those who, would be beneficial for the work that we do. And so I was just driving around, and there was a community center. And to me, honestly, it just was glowing. Like I really felt drawn to it. And I went in there and I told them, who I was, and I introduced them to my mission and the things that I do in the community. And during that time, they had a group that was actually doing Bible study. And these are a group of people in the community, all ages, all race, and they were coming together for Bible study. And I asked them, I said, what is your, what's the topic of the study that you all are doing? And their topic was spreading love.
Wow.
And they were talking about, the love that Jesus spread. And I was happy that not only were they talking about it in the Bible, but they were able to see it manifest before their eyes. So I thought that was really inspirational. And it just let me know that I was in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing.
Yeah.
So.
You were right where you were sent.
Yeah.
That definitely is a divine experience for sure.
It was really great.
Yeah.
And I also left with prayer. They prayed over me and, prayed for safe travels and things like that. So it was great.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that story. Have you had a favorite experience since beginning your nonprofit?
There's so many to name. I think there's a lot, but I just really have a passion for women and children, right? So there was times where I'll see, a lady and her kids, homeless, walking around, just trying to get food, trying to make ends meet. And so just being there, able to connect with them and able to connect them to the right places, and also, provide their need right at that time. That's very inspirational because, it was a time where I was homeless with my mom, and, she had children. Well, it was my siblings, and we were all just trying to find a place. Unfortunately, she was in an abusive relationship that left us, without having anything. And, we went to the police station to get help. and all the shelters was full, and we just didn't want to split up. So we were out there walking and trying to find food and just trying to stay together, and someone reached out and helped us, so I was able to be that person for someone else.
Yeah.
And we can judge people, and we just don't know what caused them to be there. Like, one minute we had a home, we had food, we had things, but then a situation happened where you don't want to stay in an abusive relationship.
Right.
So you get that boldness to walk away, but then where do you go?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know the resources. So being able to provide that family with the same thing that someone provided to me was life changing to me, and I would say that was by far my favorite.
Yeah. Do you ever get a chance to share your testimony?
Yes, so I do different speaking events. I'm very close to the Salvation Army here, which is a place that actually took us in. And so I always go and speak and advocate for them, also connect with people there, provide them with whatever they need, and just be a spokesperson for the people that's living there, and letting them know, where you are now is not where you have to end up. Like, my life is way different. The Salvation Army, they helped us get a job. They helped us, enroll in school. They helped my mom find a house. I continued my education, received my master's degree in occupational therapy. Now I'm a director at a facility. So, where you are is not where you have to be. Like, there are hope. So just knowing those resources is very beneficial. So I love the Salvation
That's
Army.
so true. I love that. You definitely have a very inspiring story. And I love that your story shows people that they can get out of a bad place and they can thrive more than they ever thought possible.
Yes.
Let's take another music break. This is a song by an artist who goes by the name of Kelvin Sosa. He's been a collaborator of mine. He is originally from Nigeria and has been here in Wisconsin for the past 10 years or so. But I really appreciate his style. This song is more of an inspirational song from him. It's called Blue Sky by Kelvin Sosa. Let's check it out.
Blue sky, feel yeah, a lot of dreams. Hey, hey, I thought you could blow my mind. And tiny, in time of need, and tiny, and tiny, yeah, and tiny, yeah. Blue sky, and tiny, yeah, and tiny, yeah. I send my energy, blue sky, you're my blue sky. You bring light to my life, I'm not a lie. You are one of a kind. You've been watching over me since I was a kid. Yeah. Now I'm grown, I'm taking of you. Yeah. I want you. Blue sky. Brothers killing brother these days. Marking them walk a Bible shop. People don't wanna do the right thing. You want the universe to just come and give you everything that you need, but no one put in hard work no more. How I used to be before. Blue sky, I take your pressure. Little down, blue sky. Everyone come to me, but no one for you run to. Blue sky, feel with a lot of dreams. Yeah, I told you you could blow my line. Ain't tiny, yeah. Ain't tiny, yeah. Ain't tiny, yeah. Ooh, ain't tiny, yeah. are nice, you are strong. You be great, you be great. Stay focused, keep your head up, and you be great. You be great.
That was Blue Sky by Kelvin Sosa. Make sure you check him out. He's a really good artist. He does Afro beats, all types of different sounds. So yeah, check him out. But we are here in studio with Jessica Cox of her Spreading Love nonprofit organization. We've been asking her questions about what she does for the greater community, and it's been really awesome. So let's get back into some questions. So Jessica, what has kept you motivated through hard times in your life?
Honestly, God. All the answers are God, because that is a big factor in my life. God let us know that there's hope, and even though you may be going through difficult times, the scripture let us know that trouble don't last always.
Right.
And as my pastor says, it's only a moment. It's gonna pass. So I think that will keep me hopeful, knowing that it's only a moment. You're not gonna always have bad days. It's gonna get brighter. So I think that's the thing that really motivates me, just knowing that, trouble don't last always. There's going to be some good days. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy is going to come in the morning. And
right.
Leaning on those scriptures, I think that really does motivate me.
Yeah. So what is the importance of being authentic and remaining true to yourself and your beliefs?
I think when you're out in the community, they're going through real things. It's not a book. It's not a fairy tale. These are real people going through real situations, and it's their real life. So, being able to have someone who they can relate to, who, you can talk and say, I came from this too, or I experienced this as well. I think that they receive you more, and they trust you more, and they connect with you more, because you're just not there, with cameras or to get a story, but you're actually there with that love and that compassion, and meeting them where they are and being able to relate. So I think what God put me through is shaped me to go back, and not to just move ahead, because like I said, there are a lot of things I've accomplished in my life, but also not forgetting where you came from, and to go back and reach out to those people who's still there and provide them with the same hope that God has provided me with.
Yeah.
And so I think that that helped me to be authentic, because I'm not just in the community. I'm actually, I've been through some of the things that they've been through.
Right.
So it can't get any realer than that.
Isn't that the truth? Yeah. That's true. People are willing to talk to you more and take your help more when they know that you've been through what they've been through, and you're not just there I guess to make yourself look good or for points,
Right.
Yeah. So can you tell us how people can get involved in volunteering and donating to your mission?
Yes, so we are on social media. We are on Instagram, and we're on Facebook, and it's called Spreading Love Community Project. Again, Spreading Love Community Project, and you'll see, everything that we put together, different events. You'll see flyers of any upcoming events, and then you'll see ways that you can get involved as well. So you can contact me directly through the page. Again, it's Spreading Love Community Project.
Yeah, that's awesome. So make sure you follow them, Spreading Love Community Project. Jessica, is there anything specific that you would like to accomplish within the next few years?
I would like to have a physical building. Again, like I said, we're boots to the ground. We meet people. We go where they are. I host a lot of events, and at a church facility. But I think it would be great where we can have our own space, but that takes money, that takes finances, right?
Yeah.
So I think within the next, you said 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be my
However many
goal.
years.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think 1 year.
Okay.
That would be my goal. And that way, people, I could be right in Milwaukee and people just would know the place to go.
Right.
Besides that, I love partnering. I don't mind that, but I think it'll be even more beneficial to have our own, physical location.
Yeah. So what words of hope or wisdom would you hold for anybody who is going through homelessness or abuse or hard times in their life?
Trouble don't last always. Things get better, right? It's only a moment. So, where you are right now, that doesn't indicate your future.
Yeah.
There is hope. And just to trust God and don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Do not be afraid to open your mouth and ask for help. And there's a lot of people in this world who have really good hearts who is willing to pour into our community. So I think that would be.
So how do you go about raising funds and donations?
So people can donate through Cash App, and it's called Spreading Love 1234. Again, Spreading Love 1234. And the memo can be spreading love or hygiene items or events. We do all kinds of things in the community. So those funds go directly, 100% of those funds go directly to, the need of the community.
Okay. And then do you accept help from volunteers?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we always need volunteers, whether it's packing lunches, whether it's helping with cooking, passing out items. Sometimes I have so much stuff, so it's good to have different vehicles where we can load the items in and things like that. So volunteers are always needed.
Yeah. So, okay, my next question. What do you do for you? Like, what do you do for fun or to pour it back into yourself? Because you're always giving. So what are you doing to pour back into you?
That is a great question. And honestly, when I give to others, I feel so fulfilled, so honestly, giving to other fills me up, right? Seeing, I go back, like I said, I'm very involved in my community. So I see those people who were once homeless and now they have a home, or, was once hungry and now they're able to provide themselves with their own food. So those accomplishments really do pour back into me and let me know that I am fulfilling my purpose.
Yeah.
But another thing I do is I always pray, I meditate, I read my word and things like that. I go to church a lot just to get, that word poured back into me.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I do. Outside of that, I do like to travel sometimes, and I like to shop sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's about it.
Okay. Those are good ways to pour into yourself. I also hope that you are getting your rest when necessary. But Jessica, that is just about our time here today.
All right.
I want to thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you for sharing your testimony. Thank you for what you are doing for the community, and your part in helping to fight homelessness and the disparities that come with it. This has been curated by KB on River West Radio, and I'll be back every Monday at 4 p.m. To hear past episodes, you can go to riverwestradio.com. Thank you for your time and for listening. Take care.